world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
Homeward to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone!
That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall.
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! On a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Art, grace, cerebral precision. These are all descriptors that encapsulate our pair of players tonight who are poised for AAA's next epic primetime showdown. A longtime AAA hurler that always seems to find themselves just scraping the mountaintop takes aim at yet another totally tubular campaign where the title is as good as theirs if the stars continue to align. Against them is the most well-known pitcher in AAA's long history. Also settling for nothing less than a title run in Season 20, this AAA GOAT stands face-to-face with glory. It is Ricks and the Tokyo Hippies duking it out with Spliffstar and the Zion Matrix. Welcome to AAA Match of the Week.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our AAA Match of the Week. I'm No Hummus, and on call with me tonight is the one and only Mystery Man. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, No Hummus. It looks like I'm duplicated there. So this is the night of the Misto. I've got a monster story to tell everybody about me and Simon. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into that right now. So we didn't get a lot of watchers earlier today, but me and Simon had an absolutely dragged out parking lot brawl series. First game, I had him pretty much beaten, ran out of pitching. I've got two pitchers that I know won't really work against him, and I had to lean on them. He came back, he tied it, it went into extras. He beat me. Second game, sort of similar, a bit more scoring. We get down to the end. I've got the lead. Had a monster home run with Angel. Starting to run out of pitching. Simon comes back in the ninth inning again. Fred Jones kicking the ball around like he's never played the three bag ever. And Simon comes back, ends up going into extra innings. Simon goes ahead by a couple runs. I'm dead in the water. I'm absolutely dead in the water. He's got this crazy submarine guy coming in with that's A+ or whatever. I can't hit him at all. He's throwing underhand. He's got a fork ball. He's got me baffled. Somehow, I'm coming back. I get a home run from a reserve right fielder. Now I'm down one run. And somehow Shannon Blake catches a fork ball and she smacks the crap out of it. And it's heading right for that one little tiny spot in Lafayette where it's actually deep, that little center field, left field nugget. And I can see right away it's not going to clear the fence, but it somehow hits off the fence. She gets her triple. Everything's going. So it's coming down to the last out. He switches the pitcher. He's got another pitcher in there, and I'm thinking, oh, thank God, at least have a shot here. He winds me up, and he puts a fastball by me, and I strike out. And I throw my controller in the, and I don't throw stuff. I don't never throw my equipment. But it was such a crazy tight series, and I kind of like, oh, and I kind of tossed my controller up in the air, and I've got a little side monitor here on the right. It's one of those little thin ones that has its own stand. It lands on top of it, knocks that over. It flies behind the thing, and then I realized that that was not the final out of the game.
Oh wow.
So so I'm getting up and I'm seeing that it's not over, and somebody's coming up to the plate, and it's got one of those messages. I think it sort of half unplugged my controller. It's got that thing saying you have to have a controller plugged in or whatever. And so I'm digging around trying to get my controller from behind on top of my tower over here with all my spaghetti. I pull it out of there, and both of the knobs have knocked off of the controller. So all I've got is these little knobs, and I can't get the controller. I can't get the message off the thing. I'm trying to pause. I'm trying to hit my mouse. I'm trying to play with the controller start button. I can't get it to pause. And somehow, in the midst of all of this, I I realized that I've got my little my second uh, Elite 2. It comes with this little box that has extra knobs and things. So I'm over there scrambling, trying to unzip this thing, and I can't get the fucking thing open. I finally get it open. I just grab any knobs that I can find, put them on my thing. I'm still trying to get back into the game. And in the meantime, I'm thinking he's probably already struck me out. Like, this is over. And so I don't know what happened, if he ended up walking somebody, because I just kept taking pitches. Like, I couldn't swing. I couldn't even get back into the game. I finally somehow click in there and I get back in and I pause, and my reticle is up above the thing, which I can't hit that way. I have to have it sitting in the middle like I always do. So I think I end up taking the next pitch. Anyway, it ends up being 2 strikes. I think at that point, there's a runner on third because Shannon hit that triple. I was down 1 at that point, and I think there's another runner by this time on second, so maybe he walked somebody or maybe 2 people. I don't even know. I'm still waiting to see the end of this game because he's got it on his stream. He probably has no idea what the hell, why I'm not swinging or whatever. I get back in there. Uh, I end up hitting a monster shot into the gap, and I win the game.
Huh.
So that's
Talk
how that one ended.
Let's talk about some chaos there. Miss, you mentioned a lot of runs in that game, which I'm gonna use to segue into our first point here, which is the elephant in the room. Spliff.
Yeah.
Many, if not anyone, everyone around the league recognizes him as one of, if not the best pitcher in the league. And problem is, he just doesn't always have the bat to support those outstanding pitching performances. And facing someone like Ricks, who he has a bit more power behind his punches, we're gonna have to see, can Spliff muster up some of those runs to, like, because he'll be able to contain Ricks with his pitching, but you can't just expect to shut him out for 18 innings. He's gonna score eventually, and then you got to turn around and figure out what you got to do as well.
Yeah, they're kind of similar in style. I think Rick's is maybe slightly I think they both tend to be guess hitters. I think Rick's is slightly more conservative, whereas Spliffy will really lose it sometimes and go after some crazy pitches. But when he's not doing that, he's really dangerous. And he was hitting quite well most of last season. This season, he'd be the first to say he's been a little bit wild. He hasn't really been comfortable at the plate. So that's the thing. His pitching is always going to be there, but he needs to get more than a couple runs against these top players. Anybody who's a 500 plus, which Rick's of course is. Um, and then the battle on the hill. That they're very similar pitchers as well. I see them as quite similar players. Like I said, Rick's a slightly more conservative at the plate. Um, I think Rick's is the more risk averse as far as actually throwing strikes. Like, he will not throw you a strike unless you've earned it. He just will not. He won't do it. Whereas Spliffy will really pin the corners. He will throw you strikes. It's not going to be anything you can do anything with, but he's not just baiting you the whole time. He's just a really good pitcher, and he can hit corners, and he can really control the ball. So they're going to be tough. But I'm really looking forward to the series for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And just before we get started here, Miss, we got our man behind the camera here, Zlat. He just presented us a stat here. Since getting swept by the Lecheros and going 9-9 to start the season, the Matrix are 15-1 since then, and their only loss being a 2-run walk-off in the bottom of the ninth. So that's a key factor here also for Spliff. He's playing with a very hot hand now. Can he continue that here when the lights are brightest? And we're going to find out in just a short moment. All right, good evening, everyone. We're going to game one here at the Bingata Bowl, home of Ricks and his hippies.
Are you sure it's not the Matrix that plays at Bingata? Is it both of them? Oh, it is both. Oh, that's crazy.
We got a nice, the Bingata series here. Both teams will just have to trade dugouts.
Wow. Yeah, I associate Bingata with the Matrix now. I did not realize Ricks is there, but I think it's actually a good stadium for Spliffy, probably for both of them, really. It does keep a lot of balls in there in center field. I also think they both contact hit some, so they can hit a few down the line themselves and get a couple homers that way.
Yeah, definitely. No, because Bingata has that more rounded shape to it. It's not like a jagged line, but we'll see with Mouse on the mound, at the plate. Kenny Powers on the mound for the hippies. Running the sprinter bunter combo here. He goes for the bunt, but it goes right, and that's probably going to be the first out of the inning.
A pretty tough pitcher here, Hummus. Doesn't have all the velo, but has good junk to go with some velo. Has the turtle arsenal and is running the coveted elite cut fastball, which can really be murderous.
Yeah, that elite cuts fastball can really be tough to to deal with, especially if you kind of lose focus of it. But that's gonna be just foul, almost a hit. Swings at that one, goes past the first
Nice.
baseman, and that's going to be the first hit of the game.
That's the danger with someone like Spliffy and a lot of players in both leagues is if they have a quick enough bat, you can get a lot of singles on cut fastballs just off the plate. So you have to really, when you're pitching that pitch, you got to measure how far do I need that off the plate. Some players just needs to be a little bit off and you can burn them. Others, it really has to be quite a bit off the plate or you end up giving up a slew of singles and now the runner gets caught red-handed.
Yeah, caught red-handed, didn't even feel that close, which, like, it just didn't have the timing, I guess, because that was a Steeler player on first. But that looks like out number 3 as we go to the bottom of the first. 1, 2, 3, leading off Tyoshi Shinjo.
Fast batter here, of course, leading off. Going to be the key maker. Very, very tough pitcher. So we've got Turtle versus Turtle. A bit more velo here, but does not have that elite cutter. So I'd say, if I had to say, I'd say they're about equal. Wouldn't you say, Hummus, these two pitchers?
Yeah, definitely stat-wise, they both they're similar. Definitely got to give Keymaker here just a slight advantage with that velo. I mean, I think that's 80 right there.
Yeah, that's got to be at least about 80.
Going for the bunt, and that's going to advance the runner to second. 1 out.
Yeah, and I think these two, well, I know for sure that these two know it. You know that the other side is a tough pitcher. So if you can bunt, if you can just scraping up runs, they are not going to be too proud to scrape up a run here and there, especially early in games.
And that's going to be a good at-bat. Sets up ball 4 with Mikasa Ackerman at the plate.
Yeah, that was a case of Rick's being a little bit more conservative than Spliffy. He'll take some pitches. He does play the count. I mean, they both play the count, but I'd say Rick's probably draws 2 or 3 times as many walks in total. Oh, nice.
Ooh, she hits right into a double play. Just didn't get bring the runners back in time. And we now go to the top of the second. Neo leading off. And that's going to go into right field, caught by Wonder Boy for the first out of the inning.
We're getting on a little bit of snagging. I'm not sure if it's just in on our end, Hummus. It doesn't look like lag.
Yeah, it might just be just streaming stuff. That's going to be popped up into right field. Wonder Boy is able to pick it up for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, those have gotten tougher too, Hummus, because of the increase from 90 to 99 fielding, especially when you have Bermuda Triangle situations. Those are difficult enough, but now you'll see a few more of those fall. We've definitely seen some funky balls fall this season that we saw less of in the past, as people are adjusting to those runners being those outfielders being a little bit lazy sometimes trying to get to balls.
Yep, it'll take some used to, but I'm sure within a season or two, we'll have normal numbers as we get a strikeout to begin the inning. Curveball, wild pitch, landed in the zone, and Moose is going to get it for the second out of the inning.
You don't want to mislocate too many curveballs. I guess that one caught a little bit better than what could have happened there with the red.
Keymaker working himself into a full count. Change up right past the third baseman, and that's going to be a 2-out double. Bad throw from the left fielder, and that could have been the difference there. Missed.
Possibly, yeah. Hard to tell for sure.
Because that runner doesn't really have a lot of speed, but you throw that on point, that's just a couple... That's a couple steps you get to cover. Takumi hits into right field. Runners running third, heading home. This could be the first run. It will not. The bait from the Hippies have 2 runners in scoring position now.
It's interesting that Spliffy's slower pitch of choice seems to be the curveball. Usually more of a changeup pitcher. Oh, what a call.
Popped into right field. That's going over second base. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And the Hippies strike first in the bottom of the second. 2 outs on a bases clearing single.
Oh, that's a murderous pitch. And just the ball being slowed down by the 2-seam costed Spliffy 2 RBIs there. Wow.
Yeah, grounds out into the 3rd out, but we go to the top of the 3rd. Hippies leading 2-0. Oh, that was right in the sweet swing, but Dozer just can't get anything. As he's going to hit foul, 1-2 count. Grounder right past the pitcher, nobody can get to it, and the Matrix get a leadoff single.
Yeah, now the Matrix need to not run themselves out of it here. Do have a slow runner, so maybe a bunt.
There you go. You called it. Runner saying for second. Will make it, but not in time for the runner on first. Just a little bit to the left, and that could have been a infield single. Keymaker first pitch swings. Gonna make it 2 outs now. As we go back to the top of the order.
I don't like that bunt with the pitcher coming up next, Hummus, because then you're giving it's going to end up being 2 outs. I guess it's not the worst thing, but I don't really like it. It shows you the lack of confidence right now for Spliffy.
And that's going to be the 3rd out of the innings. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Sade Wonderboy leading off for the Hippies.
I know sometimes I do that, though, Hummus. I bunt, and then I don't realize it. Or I kind of forget that the pitcher's coming up, and then you basically just run out of outs.
I was never really a bunter, so can't say I ran into that scenario.
Yeah, my MO is every time I bunt, I want to shoot myself in the head from the results.
Quick 2 outs here as Mikasa's up to bat. Popped up to short, and that's going to be a pretty quick inning. 1, 2, 3 as we go to the top of the 4th. Morpheus leading off.
Yeah, no big deal here. Spliffy's still okay. He's getting on some balls. Just need to continue to be patient. Ricks is, again, pretty risk averse. So wait for yours. That's just
drops. Ooh, nice hit into right field. Gets in front of the right fielder, and the Matrix have a leadoff runner. Runner on first has Steeler, I believe. And that's going to go over the shortstop head. Center fielder can't make the play, and their runner is going to round 3rd, head home, and the Matrix will score their first run of the game.
Interesting that we're seeing some challenge fastballs. I think both of those are massive mistakes. I don't think Ricks is trying to put them even on the plate at all.
Yeah, and the runner on second now, nobody out. The Matrix have a chance to tie this game up. Grounds it right to first. Citrus gonna throw it to the pitcher for the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 25.
Tank at the plate, swings at it first. Citrus goes home. Oh, bad call
works.
there.
Never works.
It would have worked if the infield played in
Yeah.
for that. I think with that runner on first, not a lot of speed, you could have just walked them and then try to go for a double play.
Third baseman, number 20.
Yeah. It's questionable with a lead, but yeah.
But nonetheless, the Matrix tie things up as we go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-2, and look at that, all even across the board. 2 runs, 4 hits.
Yeah, and if I'm Ricks, I'm very unhappy with that pitching performance in that half inning. Going to have to really tighten it up. You can't just throw fastballs on the plate to Spliffy. He's way too quick for that.
Both players messed up a little bit on the mound, but at the end of the day, they're all evened up as that's going to be the first out of the inning.
Third baseman, number 44.
Grounder, shortstop picks it up, throws to first in time for the second out of the inning.
As Urban
Nice.
said in the promo, that was a totally tubular play by the shortstop there of the Hippies.
That dive wizard, just everything worked to a charm. As that's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning as we go to the top of the fifth. Agent Smith leading off.
I want to welcome some of our buddies here to the chat. We've got Simon. We've got Legit Fire, a fantastic, not a rookie, he's from the old days, but this might actually be his first season. I think it is. And then Todd is a promising young rookie. And then Cody has been streaky as heck, but Cody's a great player too.
And so another bunt attempt from Smith fails as the Keymaker will come up to bat.
Oh,
And
again,
Keymaker, the pitcher, rips one up the middle.
really challenging Spliffy. I don't see the sense in that, but Powers seems to have a lot of bravado considering his velo level.
Yeah, that was the pitcher, so maybe he kind of let off the gas just a little bit there. As that's going to be another
That's a great
bunt.
bunt.
Pitcher throws to first, and it's safe all around. Great bunt, sets up Morpheus with only an out.
Yeah, I like Spliffy's strategy. He's willing to lay the bunt. He doesn't have a total confidence in his offense right now. And Ricks is a very good pitcher despite some mistakes here early. So get what you can in that. Might get one.
Runner's heading no. Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa!
catch. What?
The second baseman,
No.
Missed. I think there's only one reason we can explain what happened. He went into the Matrix and saw what was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely got slowed down by some of the matrixy things. Oh, and now a great swing. Too many balls on the plate.
Looking into the future here, he gets himself a bases clearing double as the Matrix have a commanding 5-2 lead.
the shortstop, number 1.
Yeah, this is just not Rick's-esque pitching. Why is he throwing fastballs on the plate?
Runners running home and looks like they'll make it. That's going to be a double.
The first baseman,
Those outfielders must not have a lot of like too big of arm, because that's just gonna be another hit up the middle. Runners running third, heading home, and Shinjo's gonna not make a great play on it. And the Matrix just have exploded this inning. They heard us talking bad about their offense and said, "Be quiet."
Yeah, now Spliffy's getting on everything right now. You know, we haven't seen any wild chase pitches or changeups in the dirt. I mean, you don't want the ball constantly around the plate against Spliffy.
If I'm Ricks, I pull this pitcher. You've given up 7 runs now, and the 5th inning hasn't even ended. You almost just hit the batter. But at the end of the day, what do we know? Because he just hit into a double play to end the inning. Matrix score 5 and make it a 7-2 game. Now this is going to be a real challenge for Ricks because the Matrix, a team who really isn't known for their offense, just put up 7 runs on you. Now they can rely on their pitching the rest of the way to take a potential victory.
Yeah, that's the problem, Hummus. I mean, the Matrix are very rarely going to give up 8 or 9 runs. So you basically have already kicked the game because, I'm just going to say it. I don't like the pitching strategy. It's just he's not been picky enough on the mound at all.
Uh-oh, right down the middle, but it's going to go foul. High pitch, just barely a ball. Full count is gonna go right up the middle for a 1-out single.
That was a fantastic pitch too. What a hit by Ricks.
It's just one of those pitches where you place it as best as you can, but there's nothing else you can do. Curveball hit right to Trinity, and that will end the inning on a double play. And looks like there's going to be a substitution. Pitcher subbed out. Let's see who takes over. It's going to be Hamamoto Yoshi. Lays down the bunt, pitcher slow to get to it, and that's going to be another infield bunt success. Keymaker going to stay in. I think good call. You're locked in with him at the plate. You don't need runs.
Yep. And he's got a little bit of bat, so he's fine. Just keep him in there.
Yeah, he already has a hit with him tonight. Runner goes for the steal. Inside pitch. Safe at the plate. Good attempt with that 99 speed. And now there's 2 solid runners on base now. This could be another big inning with Moose on the plate. Now, interesting decision with that speed on second. Do you go for the bunt here? No, he does not.
Oof.
Hits it right to Ackerman for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a great swing by Spliffy. Just hit it right at left field.
Yeah,
now you've got trouble.
Orpheus locked in at the plate, looking to bring in some more runs. Just over the middle and misses. Hits that one. Center fielder going to catch it. Runners advance, and that's going to get runners to second and third. 2 outs sets up Trinity. Already has 2 doubles tonight.
Yeah, Spliffstar has an extremely fast team, so you have to know at all times pretty much I think close to every starter has a lot of speed.
Eyeing that Wild Thing trait. Gotta be careful here because if you get a bad throw and that trait activates, that runner on third could very well get home.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
First pitch swing right to shortstop. Bases are loaded, but the Matrix leave empty-handed. We go to the bottom of the 6. 2-3-4 up for the Hippies.
Pretty good contact, just not good enough. It really wasn't a pitch that you want to go after, but he did get there.
Curveball, left fielder. Oh, just bounces off his leg. Can't make the grab. And the Hippies had a leadoff runner.
be interesting if Ricks could just get something going here. Maybe 2 runs will make this interesting. Got the leadoff runner. That's always dangerous.
He definitely needs at least a run here just to stay within striking distance of the Matrix. He's gonna rip this one to left field. Agent Smith tracks it down for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that was a case of fantastic swing, but an even better pitch. It killed the exit velo on him, but it was a great swing.
Ackerman rips this past the first baseman, and that's going to allow the runners to not run second. Looked like he was attempting it.
Yeah, this is your opportunity. This might be one of the few that you get here.
Whoa, shortstop throws to second, throws to first.
Oh, no.
Round the horn double play to end the inning.
Oof.
Big blow to the hippies as we go to the top of the 7th miss.
Yeah, needed something other than a weak ground ball there. Yikes.
Pops up into center field, caught by Shinjo for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of great swings here from the Matrix. They are aware that most of these balls are, they're either on the dish or very close, and we know that Spliffy can get to a lot of those. So Ricks hasn't really figured out and hasn't really been accurate enough. You can pound the zone against him, but if you're going to do that, you need to be super accurate, which we have not seen.
Rips it right past the second baseman. That's going to be a 1-out single for the Matrix.
I wonder how much Ricks has been playing lately, because he doesn't seem like himself. He got ripped up by Simon, which is kind of understandable considering the style of Ricks, but even so, although it is typical of Ricks to have a slow start and then pile it on toward the end of the season, so maybe this is just a normal season for Ricks.
Gonna hit it. Oh, and honestly, that could have been if he allowed that runner, the base runner, to turn around, that could have been a pretty smart move there to prevent the double play.
It was interesting that he just froze, because you can turn around, I believe, and run back, which would have definitely, it would have been funky.
Nonetheless, it's going to be the train man taking over on the mound. The specialist looking to close out the game for the Matrix.
Yeah, this is an extremely nasty side armor with that specialist trait and a screwball to boot.
Ooh, Moose with the slide to get the first out of the inning. Right to Neo for the second out. Takumi Fujiwara at the plate. Moose gets the grab for the third out of the inning. So a quick 1, 2, 3 innings. We go to the top of the 8th. Agent Smith leading off. Warner's in. He's playing the bunt. He knows it's coming. But will it work here? Three-two count. Hits it over the shortstop, and that's going to be a double to lead off the inning.
Yeah, big leadoff double here, trying to pile on. Probably leave the train man in. I wouldn't pull him.
Oh, but he does. He gets. Looks like Spliff is trying to lay down the offense here. Maybe just get a couple extra runs for his run differential. He just has that confidence in his bullpen to stay in the game no matter what.
Yeah, he's still got Switch, the brutal lefty submariner in the pen. So that's a tough pitcher. So maybe he thinks Switch can finish this out.
That's what it looks like. That Sailor Moon is going to take over on the mound. Leaf arm here, looking to not allow the Matrix to score any more runs in a hopeful attempt at a comeback. Moose lays down the bunt, but that's not going to be enough for a hit. Runners advance to second and third. Sets up the locked-in Morpheus. First pitch swing. Third baseman makes a dive, and that's going to be an out, but the Matrix get a run.
Yeah, that's the problem with somebody who can really put it in play is once those runners get to second and third, especially third, it's just impossible to stop them.
That's good. Oh, that was a little close, but it's going to be caught for the third out of the inning. Spliff looking to see who he'll bring in, and it will be the one and only Link, the volatile high velo pitcher.
Yeah, Spliffy has definitely upgraded his pitching. Doesn't run a lot of power, so that's where he saves a lot of money for speed, and he also doesn't need a lot of accuracy to be accurate, so he can run really good velo such as this.
Up the middle, Moose not gonna make the slide in time, gets past him, but the left fielder makes a nice play to keep it a single.
Yeah, hippies need a little bit of momentum, even if it's for the next game. So just dig in here, try to show that you can hit some of these relief pitchers because you're going to see them again in not too long.
Grounder right to Neo, throws to second, right to first, double play. Huge stop by the Matrix. Sets up Sade Wonderboy.
A lot of tough double plays for Ricks.
Yeah, that's really been the story of this game as we go to the top of the ninth. Matrix just looking to add just any little bit of insurance here as Levi Ackerman takes on the mound. Swings at it, shortstop or center fielder will get it. Hendricks gets under it for the second out of the inning. And that'll be popped up to the second baseman to end the inning. Hippies need 6 to keep the game alive with the heart of their order 3-4-5 due next.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. First of all, no double plays.
And no double plays indeed, as that's going to be gone for the first home run of the game. Solo shot in the bottom of the ninth for Hendricks' third home run of the season.
I think that was up into the semi-corner, too. What a swing by the lefty.
Ricks gets a nice oomph under that one. That was left over the middle. Here's another one, but Ackerman looks at it for the first out, the strike of the inning. Rips this one, but it's going to be right to Smith for the first out of the inning.
At least we're seeing some good swings here from Ricks. They aren't the best pitches, but nonetheless.
Popped up into left field for the second out of the inning. Sets up Mo Mula.
Number 44.
Hippies need 5. Well, almost you could say that the elephant in the room from our first key was certainly stomping around in this game, as that's just going to be another hit. Runners heading for third. Okay, good call to bring him back.
Yeah, I miscalled. I thought that was Ricks at the plate that hit that homer. It was actually Spliffstar, so 8-3. And now Ricks is up there.
That will end the inning. Final score 8-3. The Matrix coming out on top here in dominating fashion.
Yeah, a good game from Spliffy. He really did everything that you hope to see from him. He played some small ball. He pitched the better of the two. And he hit. He got on a ton of balls. He wasn't really. It was hard to tell if he was wild chasing because Ricks really wasn't challenging too much off the plate. But when he did, I didn't really see Spliffy going after any of those. So a very solid game for the Matrix. And Ricks had a few moments there, but not enough.
Well, sit tight, everyone, as we get ready here for Game 2 in just a moment. All right, good evening, everyone. We're going now into Game 2, right back at it in the Bigata Bowl. Teams have switched their dugouts, as now the Matrix will be the home team.
Yeah, this should be fun. I really want to see Ricks play a lot better in this one. I don't really have a stake in either one of them winning or losing. I usually pull for a split on Match of the Week, so I guess I'll continue that tradition. But I just would like to see him play. But I wasn't a fan of his pitching in that game, which usually I am a fan. So, but if you're Spliffstar, you can't relax here because Ricks can, he's streaky just like you are, so he can get the bat going.
Yeah, we saw that with the Matrix. They had that 5-run inning. It just felt like nothing that Ricks threw worked, but we'll see if he can. If now his 9 innings, now maybe he's a little more locked in, as we'll see. As it's the Architect on the mound for the Matrix, and it looks like they're sporting some nice blue jerseys. Don't know if these are just their normals.
No, this is a very interesting, really nice blue and white kind of fading colors. That's interesting. These are definitely new.
We're definitely rocking with the colors as Niobe is gonna get the catch for the second out of the inning.
Number 3, Luna Hendricks.
Smith has to run to it, misses a slide,
baby!
and it's going to roll past them. Runners running second, heading for third. Smith throws to third, and it will not be in time. So a misplay sets up the RBI hero, Mikasa Ackerman.
Yeah, this is not who you wanted to play. Now, I was going to say you're bailed out by the fact that there's 2 outs, but you're going to have to get through somebody here.
Yeah, definitely a good call. Just opt for the weaker batter here. And that's going to be a matrix pitch. Very slow, but it's 2-1 count.
Wow.
Architect making great use of weaving that pitch in and out of the matrix. As we go to the bottom of the first, Mose leading off.
Yes, Spliffstar got to a telephone booth there and was somehow able to get out of the matrix when he needed to. And we might be hung up.
Yep, looks like all the players have decided to partake in a do not move challenge.
This is a matrix tradition here, you know, running in. This is actually, they're not stopped. They're in super duper slow motion.
I gotta give credit to the first baseman and right fielders for completing his challenge while standing on one leg.
You'd love to see it, Hummus. You'd love to see it. Always going the extra mile there, the hippies.
And it looks like we're back and nothing was really missed. Looks like there was just an out, but no runners on.
Interesting pitcher sporting a fake turtle arsenal as he's got the slider instead of got the slip solder arsenal. No curveball. And he's running elite to boot on the slider. So this is definitely a Rick's type pitcher. Could be nasty.
And it works to success in the bottom of the first. 1, 2, 3 down as we go to the top half of the second.
I think elite slider can bother anybody, but I think Spliffy is certainly one of those people. I think elite slider, if Rick's might be onto something with that pitcher. We'll see.
Change up left a bit in the zone. Smith tracking it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Number 6.
And we got Simon in the chat excited about that elite slider from the big man. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well-placed cutter. Smith is going to get under it for the second out of the inning. Lots of hits here from Rick so far. They've been into the outfield, so I feel like he's getting a lot of that power going now. He just needs to maybe just get a tiny bit better location on the reticle, and he could have a big inning here soon.
Yeah, I love his patience. He looks great. He just hasn't really exploded at the plate. He hasn't gotten momentum, which as a contact swinger, you just have to have at some point.
Another 3 up and down as we go to the bottom of the second. Neo leading off.
That's the thing, no Hummus, is sometimes when you're a power swinger, you can power right through RNG and momentum because you just time it up so well. It's difficult to do that as a contact swinger.
That'll be caught by Hendricks for the first out of the inning. Sets up Tank. Grounder right to third, but it goes foul.
See, I don't
Full
think Spiffy
count.
likes this pitcher at all. I don't think he likes this pitcher, so it'll be interesting to see if this pitcher can. Oh, see, he
Ooh.
got hung up there.
Yeah, watches the look like the cutter for strike 3. 2 outs, swings at the changeup first pitch, and it's just gonna be caught by Shinjo for the third out of the inning. We go to the top of the third. The pitcher is leading off.
The architect locked in, bringing it.
Bringing it indeed as he gets a first pitch swing out of the pitcher. That's what I'm noticing about these two teams right now. They're not really letting the count develop, especially with their pitcher. That's something you'd really like to see. Just use up some pitches, as that's going to roll all the way to the turns around, can't get a double out of it just because of that short wall at the corners.
Yeah, both of them are kind of pounding the zone, which is a little bit surprising, but they both have actually shown a pretty good eye to not just be chasing garbage, so. Oh, no.
Unintentionally, a good pitch there that allowed to set up this inning ender right here.
You can see already, Hummus, I'll tell you right now, neither of them likes who's on the mound. And Ricks now knows that that bullpen of the Matrix is not going to be any easier to hit. So, again, you're going to see some bunting and stuff because they're going to have to small ball this for now.
Swings at the slider. Second baseman will get under for the first out of the inning. Agent Smith, the bunter sprinter. Infield playing normal. He might go for a bunt. A bit high pitch there for strike 1. I think if you're Ricks on the mound, you just gotta throw pitches that are not optimal for. Oh wow! Such an odd play that still ends in an out.
He reached into fair territory, got up in foul territory, and they said it was fair, which was the correct call. But I don't think I've ever seen that play.
It's kind of rare to see the catcher make the dive, but either way, we go out to the top of the fourth. You were saying?
I was just going to say, usually if they dive and they don't catch the ball, they're toast. But in that case, he kind of sprawled forward and was able to gather and get it to first base. So that is a really unusual play.
Because I hits it into right, but it's just going to be a grounder.
I'm telling you right now, Hummus, they do not like what they are seeing on the mound. This could end up being one of those 15-inning games because they are not happy about what's going on the hill.
Neo makes the dive to end the inning as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Matrix, top of the order, up and again.
That was quite a play, Hummus.
Definitely. Another sprinter bunter here. Can he connect this time?
He's just waiting to bunt.
Actually, with that elite slider, might actually be a bit of a challenge to get a solid bunt off just because of the spin on the ball when it comes over the plate.
Yeah, I agree.
So the 3-1 count. Lays down the bunt. Catcher dives, but too far to the right. So it's full count. Swings at it, and the Matrix finally get their first hit of the game here in the bottom of the fourth.
And you could see there Spliffy was just banking on it being a strike, and he just threw the bat at the ball and got a nice little single.
Yep, lots of speed now in first. And the catcher misses it, as that's going to get the runner into scoring position. That has got to hurt.
Yeah, you can't be kicking the ball over. Come on, catch.
Slider right to Fuji, throws to first for the first out of the inning. The runner advances to third.
You have to put the ball well above the plate. You have to get him to pop it up. You can't let him put the ball in play, or you have to bring the infield in.
I say bring the infield in, or just begin throwing it high, because I feel like he's going to swing at a pitch here, either this one or the next one.
Yeah, or you walk her. Yeah, he's not going to give her anything.
Looks like he's trying to bait just that preemptive swing. Doesn't get it and will instead take a 4-pitch walk. Sets up the clutch Neo. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Rick's thinking what to do here. Probably looking to see if it's worth the intentional walk. Probably not. Now he needs to make a double play out of this. Pitcher picks it up.
Oh my, a mistake!
Honestly, not almost a mistake, but he still gets an out, and most importantly, the run on third doesn't score. So now that really flips.
I think it was a mistake by Spliffstar. Spliffstar could have kept running there, and it cost him. But it was kind of a very funky play, hard to know what to do.
If you're Spliff and his Matrix, you gotta be kicking yourself there. Had runners at the corners, just so close to getting to breaking the tie, but we're going out to the top of the fifth. Still zeros on the board.
That's exactly what you need if you're Ricks against somebody who's going to throw the bat at the ball. You need a lucky break to somehow get the second out, which he did.
Neo makes the third to first. Nice arm for the first out.
This could be a little bit deflating for Spliffy. This is an opportunity for Ricks to maybe catch him making a mistake or two on the hill, as I'm sure he's still got his mind a little bit back in that last half inning.
That'll be thrown to Trini for his second out of the inning. Sets up Takumi Fujiwara. Trinity throws the first, and it's 3 up, 3 down as we go to the bottom of the fifth. 6, 7, 8 up for the Matrix.
3 hits combined here. Hamas again, who's going to break through? It's going to be tough. They don't like what they see with these pitchers, and now it's an easy fly ball.
That might have been his furthest hit of the game so far. So both pitchers are locked in, and both have pretty good pitch counts right now, so we could very well be at this score for a good while.
And you can see that Ricks has learned from game 1. He's throwing a lot of pitches way off the plate.
Throws it off again, works like a charm. Go into slow-mo for the second out of the inning.
Wow, we're definitely lost in the Matrix tonight. Very fitting.
Grounder right to Moolah. That will end the inning as we go now to the top of the sixth. 9-1-2 up for the Hippies.
Now, Ricks has got to stop chasing that cutter inside. He keeps getting sawed off, and that's where Spliffstar hurts you. It's not just the change-ups. It's that cutter flashing across your vision. It always ends up inside. It never touches the plate ever. And you always end up getting sawed off on it. So the best thing is to just not swing at it.
Yeah, might need to execute more patience here as Architect is only at 52 pitches in the top of the sixth and has an out already under his belt.
Nice two-seam. Yeah, they're both kind of dealing on the hill right now. Ricks is having to pitch in a style he does not like to typically pitch in, but he's doing well this game with it.
Grounder right to Trinity, and that will be the second out.
That's the pitch. You just can't chase that pitch.
Wonder Boy staring down the pitcher here, thinking about what he wants to do. Hits it with some pop. Niobe will not make the play. Tough dive, as that will be a 2-out double. Another scoring opportunity here for the Hippies.
Now what do you do? There's the cutter. He lays off.
Lays off again. Good call to not try swing at that one. There's another that's inside again.
Well, that was a weird call.
3-1 count to Luna Hendricks. Full count now, and I think he might just opt for not a walk, but that will end the inning as we go to the bottom of the sixth. 9-1-2 up for the Matrix.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. A risky decision throwing the hittable curveball, but he was able to fool Ricks, who's been looking at everything other than curveball for a while now.
And the pinch hit pays off as the Matrix collect their second hit of the night. I think now they'll go to a speedy runner, and with Moose at the plate, I think everyone in this stadium knows what's going to happen here. Or at least attempt to happen. Brings in the 99 runner.
Looking to bunt. It's
Definitely
just when he's going to bunt.
And if he can get that nice bunt down the left side, that could be a really nice play. Runner goes to the steal, but it doesn't matter. It's that 4-pitch walk, as now Morpheus at the plate with the runner in scoring position. And the pitcher's injured. Elbow pain, and now just like in one fell swoop, he might be out for the game.
Yeah, I might leave him in there and see if you can get a low velo double play out of this.
Now pitching, number 35.
Looks like Ricks isn't confident with the 0 velo play as he goes to Sailor Moon. And Morpheus, instead of using his bat, is going to try to advance these runners to second and third. Doesn't work.
Oh,
Fujiwara gonna turn the double play. And in one fell swoop, we see why he went for the bunt.
And now what do? I wouldn't put it on the plate.
But you can't really walk her here either because you have Neo right behind her. That one's over the plate, but Trinity looks at it. Swings at that one, and the Matrix have broken the tie here. Make it a 1-0 score off the RBI single.
Yeah, praying for a missed reticle. I would not have put a second ball on the plate there. I think to me that was a mistake.
Yeah, that was a curveball, just left too much in the zone, it seemed. And now the Matrix can rely on their pitching now, knowing that they have the advantage. Runner goes to the steal. Safe on second. Another scoring opportunity. And that's going to be a walk. Sailor Moon not having that good of a relief performance right now. Already at 14 pitches this inning with Tank at the plate.
Yeah, you just got to somehow get out of this. I don't know how she's going to do it, Hummus, but got to get out of this. It's too hard to score. You can't give up any more.
Oh, that's how you get out of it. Slow roller to second. As we go to the top of the 7th, Matrix strike first, make it a 1-0.
Yeah, great pitch. I think you got him to roll over a low slider, which is it's so hard to lay off of those.
Is your slugger feeling sluggish? Now batting, the left fielder, number 25.
Swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. That's up Freysa Begata the third. Hits it up the middle, and the Hippies have their tying run on first here in the top of the 7th. 1 out.
Yeah, a little bit of a mental lapse there. There was no reason to take that risk there. I was not surprised that Ricks got on that.
Pops it, Moose, able to make the slide
Whoa,
for the
big
second
catch.
out of the inning.
Yeah, if that gets bobbled, we've got a whole new game.
We Circus at the plate, clutch and mind gamer, fastball over the middle, looked at.
Oh,
Right up the
that's a
middle,
big hit.
and the Hippies get their runner in scoring position. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. They're looking for their own 2-out rally to tie things up, at least.
Yeah, if you're a
Oh,
Hippies
what a
fan-
nasty curve.
Oh, that was
Go on.
nasty. Yeah, this is your opportunity. You have to look at it as that.
Popped up, Agent
Oh, it's gotta get
Smith
down. It just won't.
going to pick it up the third out of the inning. So 2 runners on, nobody scores. To the bottom of the 7th, Neo leading off for the Matrix. Grounder right to Fuji for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a monster first out. Getting Spliffy on the first out. That's where he hurts you, is he gets a lead runner.
Right to Citrus for the second out of the inning.
Number 71.
Rips it right to third, and that will end the inning as we go to the top of the eighth. 9-1-2 up, and I think we should see a substitution here as the Hippies look to get one on the board. Jeff Kent takes the first pitch swing, and that's first out of the inning.
Yeah, he just keeps whipping across the face of the plate, and Ricks cannot lay off the slider or the cutter. Oh, that's a mistake.
Grounder right to Neo, throws first, the second out of the inning. Wild Thing activates, doesn't matter though. Patience at the plate pays off as it's a full count walk. Luna Hendricks at the plate here with the tying run on first. 2 outs.
Yeah, Spliffy's really dealing on the hill. None of these pitches are anything you can do anything with.
Runner goes for the steal, and that's going to get over the shortstop. Runner's hang for third. Good call. Turn around.
He's got to find one more pitch to hit here with Mikasa.
One more, but it looks like Link is going to take over on the mound here. The volatile pitcher. One good swing. He could be right to tense.
Red circles the changeup and gets away with it. Ricks has not been swinging on first pitch.
Mikasa hits it into left field, drops. Smith unable to make the catch. 1 run will score. Runners running third, heading home, and the Hippies have taken the lead here late in the top of the eighth.
That's exactly what I felt like Ricks needed, was a misplaced curveball at the right time, and he got it.
And look at that, Link already tense with that volatile trait. When it works for you, it's really nice, but when you do something like this, it hurts. As this one's ripped into right field, Niobe is able to get to it for the third out of the inning. Hippies take the lead late as we go now to the bottom of the eighth. Matrix down 2-1.
Yeah, boy, that really would have been big for Ricks if he can get that over the head of the outfielder. I believe a run scores, but regardless, now has the hammer. It's going to be hard to follow through with this with all the bunters and such, but there's not a long ways to go. The key is going to be getting that first out, Hummus.
Definitely. Yeah, with that bunter stealer right behind this pinch hitter, don't let him get on base, and he will not as the first out of the.
Yeah, now he brings in a missing tooth rainbow arsenal here. You don't see this arsenal ever in the XBL. So if anyone can use it, it's Ricks. And he does have a lot of velo to back it up and other things too.
Lays down the bunt, pitcher picks it up, and it's not in time.
Oh, that hurts, Hummus. That hurts so much. It's tough.
Lots of speed on first here. Stone needs to be mindful of the runner on first. And that's going to be caught by third for the second out of the inning.
I think that clutch is so big right now. It's pumping this pitcher up. It's going to make it that much difficult. There's more junk. There's more everything. And Spliffy doesn't like that.
Runner goes for the steal, and that will be safe. So
brilliant play.
Tying run on second. One good hit from Trinity, and we have a tie game.
He wanted it.
Swing and a miss. Gets caught swinging late as we go now to the top of the ninth. Still a 2-1 game.
again, Hummus, without clutch, he doesn't get it by her there. That's what pumped him up, and that just killed Spliffstar, that clutch gene.
Down and now, Matrix switch to their own closer and switch. Hasn't given up a run this season.
Yeah, she is nasty with a capital N.
Those are throws the first for their out number one. Booby Circus at the plate.
This is where all that free junk that Wishbone keeps handing out really handicaps certain players like myself, and that's why I always harp on the price of junk. When you get pitchers like this coming in, wheeling and dealing underhanded with junk that just explodes all the way to the end of the line there. Right there, look at it. It's tough. K collector.
Dozer with the dive keeps it
what
from
a
being
play.
a hit. What a play indeed.
Over the middle.
Yeah, over the middle, and bad throw, but the pitcher's able to keep it from being a disaster.
Can Ricks eke this out? Is it possible, Hummus?
Definitely possible. Switch doesn't have a lot of velo. This pitcher at the plate has enough power to just get it over the infield. Already 3-0 count.
This would be such a tough loss for the Matrix only because Spliffy has pitched absolutely fantastic this game, and it just that one curveball just
Sometimes that's all the difference, missed as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Matrix need one to keep the game alive.
Yeah, good point, Hummus. Sometimes it's that one pitch and you want it back so bad, but you can't have it. Big pop out, huge pop out.
Caught by Hendricks for the first out of the inning.
And now we're at max pressure with the clutch gene.
Oh, missile right down middle. Tank unable to get anything. He doesn't miss on that one. Just goes foul.
No. Oh, how brutal. What a swing. Look at that.
95 power on that. Just barely misses. I think if he gets that reticle just a tiny bit up, and we could have had a tie game.
Yeah, it does feel like destiny here for the hippies. Just, I mean, that right there was tough. Niobe trying to think about this. What can I do here?
Hands at the plate. Can she keep her team alive? Infield guarding lines into left field. Caught by Ackerman to end the game. Final score 2-1. Ricks is able to split the series with the Matrix here.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Ricks to pull off a game there because Spliffy, he just played really well tonight. The second game, it was tough with the bat, but we saw those pitchers were wheeling and dealing there. And I said, I think around the second inning that it might go to 15 because it's going to be awfully tough the way they were feeling it. And it ended up being a 2-1 game there with not a lot of offense, but Ricks, he came up with the big hit, so he deserves to win the game.
Yeah, Ackerman able to slice it into the outfield. This was a great series for both of these teams. Maybe if you're Spliff, since you're like the number one, number two, you're not too happy with the split. But Ricks, on the other hand, being in that 8-9 spot, he's got to be at least glad he was able to take one off the top team here.
Yeah. No, I think if you're Spliff, you're fine with the split. It's always tough when you hit a home run foul that could have tied it. But I'm pretty sure Spliffy is, he knows Ricks is a baller, so he's fine with the split here. And the main thing is he showed out and really played well. I'm sure he would have liked a little more offense, but it's awfully tough when you have the best pitchers in AAA and you got monster pitchers on the mound wheeling and dealing. So it was a good set. So happy for both of them for playing well, getting the split, grabbing a W, and sometimes a W is better than no W's.
No doubt about that, Mist. Well, I think that'll end the show tonight. Thank you, everyone, and stay tuned for next week's Match of the Week.